Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. We've got a great Friday show lined up, and we'll get ready to kick off looks like a nice weekend. Now, our weather brought to us, as always, by Haney Technical Center. I was by there yesterday, went by the welding shop, and I go down there now and then. I need to visit more. Most of the time I go down there when I need something, which is not what you're supposed to do. We all know that, but we have some, in our weightlifting classes, we have some weight benches, and every year about this time of year, the kids use them. They don't abuse them, but they're just constantly using those weight benches, and they need, they'll get a little crack in them or something over the use, and so I always take a couple weight benches and a couple weight bars down there, and Eric Johnson and those boys down there just repair them for us, and it saves us a lot of money. It's good for the kids, and those kids enjoy. In fact, a lot of the kids at Haney, some of them have been former kids of us, have been on those weight benches. I was talking to one of the boys named Sam Bland yesterday. Got to see Sam. But anyway, Haney's is really good welding program there. I was looking, they got a huge facility there for welding, and it's really nice there. If you ever get a chance to check it out, I've always been fascinated with welding, and Eric Johnson does an excellent job teaching it, and they're good about helping us out on just those little things. It saves us time and money, and we appreciate it. So that's the kind of folks you have down there. We're proud to have them as a sponsor. High today, 74. That's right. I'm sorry, I just read it wrong. High today, 71. We'll start back over. High today, 71. I was wishful thinking. And low tonight, 55. That's the key. It's only going to get down to 55 tonight. So we're starting to get a little bit of a warming trend. The water temperature still is staying at 62. I just talked to the pier a while ago. Their water temperature is 61. So the water is still cool. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But take a look at our river readings. The Apalachicola of Bluntstown. Now, listen. This is yesterday's reading. I just saved some ink, and I set a little mark. A little hash mark right there. That's this morning. So Apalachicola is down. Is going down. Is at 12. Right this morning is at 12.8, and I just marked it right there, 12.8. And the Choctawhatchee the same way. It's about to level out. It's reading a 10.5 this morning, and going to get up to close to 11. Going to peak out 11.3. So that's our river readings. Has some good movement this past couple of weeks with our rivers. And that's just good for the ecology of the river system. Okay, taking a look at our tide chart. We're getting into March the 15th. We're about halfway through March, folks. And we're looking at a high tide this morning, right around noon, about 11:54. Then it's going to start dropping. We've got a 10-hour drop to 10:05. We've got a good outgoing tide this afternoon. So if you get a chance to get off work early and want to fish a good outgoing tide, it's going to be an excellent time to do it. And also tomorrow is going to be an excellent time to fish an outgoing tide. The marine forecast will be west-southwest at 13 miles an hour. And I was telling Gail last night, it has blown every day so far in March. I mean, really has blown. I mean, not just a little breeze. It's just blown every day in March. I mean, and today's no exception, coming in at 13 miles an hour. Our sunset's going to be at 6:51. Give a big shout out to the folks down at Sea Quarters Marina. Just call them, and I know they're out there getting some boats ready. It's going to be some serious fishing going on in Carabel really soon at Sea Quarters Marina, one of our good sponsors down there. I talked to the pier, like I said, it's 61 degrees, and I got a good report from them. They started catching some pompano yesterday. The water, that flood that came through and all, now it's starting to warm up, and the water just starting to clear up. So I'll have a good pier report for you later on during the show. Okay? Let's take our first break, and we'll be right back. All right, folks, welcome back. We've got a big segment lined up right now. Let's start with some pictures, okay? We want to check out some pictures. We've got sent to us and from various sources and all. And so this first one, now this is like a throwback to this is back when it was legal to catch sturgeon. Check this out. This had a Jim Woodruff Dam in 1975. Now it was legal to do that, but what's neat in that picture is the old bridge right behind the guy, and then way up there you got a Jim Woodruff Dam. But in between, notice there's another bridge. That was a U.S. 90 bridge. That first bridge right there, the old Victory Bridge, is lasted through the 1940s, and they rebuilt that one right there. So the sturgeon, which is not good to eat, I guess they're fun to catch, but really they're just heavy. They're protected now, so do not pull out any sturgeons. If you catch one, of course, let them go. And we've done some sturgeon programs on Panhandle Outdoors, and maybe this summer we'll get back over there on the Choctawhatchee River. But that was on the Apalachicola River there. All right, our next picture here this weekend. Tomorrow, if you don't have anything to do, it'll be a great opportunity. And I may do this tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I haven't checked with Gail on what her plans are for me. But how to create a butterfly garden at 11 o'clock. Butterflies are just fascinating. This will be at the Biofeeder Center. And Marianne Friedman, she's a butterfly expert. She's talking about how to create butterfly habitat. And it's really a neat thing to do. And I'd say it sounds like a good thing to maybe take the kids, have a granddaughter, granddad weekend or something. But that's going to be interesting. Hopefully I can find out more about it and go to it. Now, this next picture, we're talking about these water currents. I'm going to show you 2 slides here on the water currents. And this is fascinating. And what you got to do is really concentrate. Now, you see the tip right there of Cape Sandblast. That's the tip. Okay, now go up from the tip of Cape Sandblast, and Jeff, if you'll hold it there, I'm going to actually point out. I'm going to get up out of my seat, and I want you to look at this little area right here between Choctawhatchee and St. Andrew Bay. You see that? That area there has some warm water coming in. That was March the 4th, okay? Now, they caught some cobia. They sort of memorize that spot right there. Now, see all this is all warm water. See the red, that's really warm water there, okay? And the darker the color, like a bluish, and that's the coldest of water. So, it's hot water, sort of like these thunderstorms come in, but this is water temperature. Now, I'm going to go over to the next slide and sort of remember what this one looks like between Apalachicola Bay and Choctawhatchee Bay. Now, here's the next one. Look at there. March the 13th. This is 1 week later. Look at that same area between the 2 bay systems and see the cool water still there. But the little warmer current coming up there, and a lot of times we get reports about them catching stuff to the west of us, and you see the situation right now. They would catch fish to the west of us over towards Choctawhatchee Bay before they would catch the fish down here in St. Andrew Bay and Apalachicola Bay and St. Joe Bay. You see how cool it is right there? Fascinating. This comes from NOAA. Fascinating chart right there, and I'm really I get a kick out of studying this time of year and watch these little fingers come off, but that's a graphic situation there. I'm going to show this to my class today and let them understand about water currents and all. All right, next slide, we have the Ling Ding tournament coming up in Mexico Beach. So go ahead and put it on your calendar. It's a whole month long of April 5th through 27th. Over $5,000 worth of cash prizes. It's put on by 98 Real Estate Group. And I'll be talking more about that. I just wanted to let you know this, it's going to be coming up. They do a good job with it. I fished that back in the early days, and it's a lot of fun. Back when it originally started, but hopefully maybe I can fish it again. Now, a couple of pictures here. There's 2 different pictures of the same subject. This is by Pam Peterson Kelly. She sent this, and isn't that a great picture of these turtles? They really sort of sticking their neck out, but the color on them, clarity, on these warm afternoons, you're going to start seeing a lot more of this. She's sitting that in. Really nice picture there. And look at this next one now. This next one is the same subject. Tom Gurley, our photographer here, that's been with us a long time, sent this in. This is sort of, this got old Mossy back here. This is out of the state park, a Panhandle mossback turtle. All right, so we appreciate all this stuff that we get over from all these folks and all. All right, that takes care of this. I'll tell you what, one more thing. I'm going to give away. I've ordered some more decals. I was completely out of these decals. I know you can't see them right there. These are the decals that right here. It says Team Panhandle Outdoors. I ordered some more. I ordered 100, and I'm down below 50 now. But I'm gonna save 20. These 20 right here, I'm gonna leave with Denise, our receptionist here at Fox 28. And if you want a decal free to put it on your truck window or car window, I told them, some of my students got them. I told them that they couldn't put it on a little girly car. It's got to be like a big old pickup truck or something. But I was just kidding. You can put it on any vehicle you want to put it on. Even if you got a pink Cadillac, you can put a Panhandle Outdoor sticker. Be glad to have it on there. And I have 20 of these saved for you viewers. Just run by Fox 28 and tell Denise, ask Denise if you could pick up one of these Panhandle Outdoor stickers. And glad for you to have it. All right. Now we'll take a break and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Glad you're with us. We're going to talk tackle a minute. We know we're always talking about the Spanish coming in first, and I really believe this. I don't know if they prove this scientifically, but I believe these Spanish mackerel have scalps or something up there. But and I think they're seeing scalps because every now and then I hear some being caught, pretty fast and all. But it's not a steady big catch like we get every day once the big schools come in. So I think they're sending the scalps out right now. I think the big wave's going to be coming through sometime this month. I can safely say that sometime this month and all. But one of the things I wanted to show you. First, the big thing before we talk about Spanish is cobia, and everybody's looking for cobia. And this cobia jig here, this is a cobia jig. We're always talking about what kind of jig. You really want a big heavy head because you got to cast a long way, and you want these colors. You want something that looks like an eel. And this is my favorite cobia jig. I used to fish a lot off the pier, but we got sort of run off by people just running over you and everything. So I don't like to fish it as much as I used to, but it's gotten a little bit better, I understand. So maybe I can get that one day and fish. But you want something that's good and heavy with a good leader and all, and really shiny, and you can really get out there. I really like this cobia jig right here, okay? On Spanish, we did this last year now. This is a mackerel tree. I'm on the end of it, you have this silver spoon right here, okay? And then you have these little colored little straws. Just have all this is just a hook with a straw in it, okay? It's a hook with straw in it. And we last year in St. Andrew Bay, there around at the mouth of Grand Lagoon out into the bay. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hooks on this. Every time we were catching 3 and 4 at a time. And when you got a kid, that's a lot of fun to do. So we hopefully plan on doing it anyway. But anyway, get these little mackerel trees. There's several ways of catching, but this is for trolling. And I've also seen people cast off the jetties with them and all. Now, how do you not tangle them up? Well, you don't not tangle them up. They do get tangled up, but I have these little boards here. Okay, this is one I took it off of. All it is just a little piece of board I cut last year, put a nail in it, and you can really wrap them up once you finish and store them. These have been stored all winter and neatly stored. In fact, I took the nail right here and stuck it into the pegboard, so it just sort of fits into my pegboard like that. I've got my garage wall is made out of all pegboard, so that's I always thought that was a good idea to do that because I hang all kind of stuff in my garage. So you stick that in there like that and it hangs, but you can have a little thing to put your little mackerel tree on, okay? And I've got 4 or 5 of them, and I couldn't find but 3 last night. So we're going to look around. Another thing now are these gotcha plugs. We talk about them a lot. It's called gotcha, G-O-T-C-H-A, gotcha. This is a small one here. We're probably going to we plan on taking our high school seniors out to the pier on April the 10th, weather permitting, and parent permission forms filled out and all that. And probably one of the main things we're going to use will be these gotcha plugs right here because they're heavy enough you can sort of cast them out, and we're going to try to teach the kids to flip them and not come back like this. If you come back like that, they got these treble hooks. It's not hard to hook people behind you. In fact, we did this year before last, and took the kids out. They had a great time. So we're going to try to get a lot of gotcha plugs. If you have any old gotcha plugs around the house you don't use and want to pass them along to let the kids use them, we certainly can. We're going to try to fish about 60 or 70 kids, and I don't think I can afford to buy 60 or 70 gotcha plugs, but we have a handful, but we're going to bring some more. But anyway, those items right there. Now we'll talk about this, and I'm going to show more of you. I pulled out some of my pompano jigs last night, and we're going to talk more about pompano fishing later on, but make sure you, right now, what I'm doing, start getting your stuff together. I mean, this weekend is going to be nice, so if you're ready to fish this weekend, make sure you go and get in your garage. If you're going to fish tomorrow, and get all your stuff. I just call it get my stuff together, for lack of a better term. I go through my tackle box, make sure all my stuff's in here, and I sort of get into fishing. It's not a frenzy. I start off with a fishing fever, and then it gets up to a frenzy, and I try to stay at that level most of the summer. But I'm wrapping up my hunting season and getting ready to my fishing shoes, getting in my own. So anyway. So we're going to talk more about that. I just want to bring you a gotcha plug and a big lean plug and also the pompano. These 3 things you need those in your tackle box. Okay. One of the things I mentioned about wanting to do this spring, want you to do as our viewers, is make sure you get out and do some camping. Now I was trying to think last night, what can I do to encourage our viewers to camp and all. I said, well, you know what? I think I'm going to give away one of our Coleman lanterns. Check this out. This is a Coleman Deluxe lantern. We've given some away in the past. This is really nice. I tell you what I did. I bought a bunch of these at the to give away at the Blue Water tent sale. Well, I tell you exactly what I do. I'll limit myself. I take about $200, $250 at the most, and take it over to the Blue Water tent sale when they have their tent sale. But here's the kicker: I'll get about $500 worth of stuff to give away to y'all, and this is of course one of them. And by the way, the tent sale this year is going to be, I think, April 12th and 13th. The Blue Water tent sale. It is super bargains. I mean, really, they're clearing stuff out. And got some all kind of deals. Anyway, we'll talk more about that as it gets close, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to draw a name out of the hat. Hopefully you get to go camping, and if you get a chance, this is a propane. Okay, this is a Coleman propane lantern. This is really nice. You can take this anywhere out there you want to. And the winner of this propane lantern is going to be James Demere up there in Niceville. James, next time you're down here in Panama City from Niceville, come by. I'm going to put it right here on there. James Demere from Niceville. Appreciate you watching the show up that area, okay? Now, we're getting ready for our Tarpon Dock Seafood Fishing Report. Before we do that, we're going to do our Tarpon Dock Seafood giveaway. So let's go ahead and get these right back out. And I'm gonna next week. Now I'm in a giving away mood, so next week we'll give away some more stuff. So if you haven't entered, go ahead and enter. Okay. This is gonna be for the $20 gift certificate to Tarpon Dock Seafood, and the winner is Fred Casal up there in Lynn Haven. Fred Casal. I'm gonna put $20, and this is March. $20, March. Keep a record of it. Once you win twice, I hold you out to the final grand prize drawing. There's only one. Now, this is a big old red snapper. In fact, I tell you what, Saturday, my son and dinner, I told Gail, my son and dinner this weekend, I've got a little bit of red snapper left in the freezer, and that's what we're going to have. But now, you're going to get a fresh red snapper right here. And the winner is Milton Prescott from Graceville. So we've had a winner from Niceville, Graceville, and Lynn Haven, all our viewers. So y'all be sure and enter now. We're going to give stuff away all year. All right? Free. All right? Let me write this down. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back for our famous Friday fishing forecast. Welcome back. Glad you're with us on the final segment of this Friday. And we're going to get started, of course, with our fishing time brought to us by Mark Coward. Okay, here it is right here. You may not can see it. I sort of have to hold it up on this segment here. I meant to show it last segment, but our time, Mark Coward's number is 832-6000. Call him up and tell him you want to know how to catch a redfish. He'll tell you how to do it. All right. Our time looking on here will be from this morning 3:30 to 5:30, but this afternoon 4:15 to 6:15. 4:15 to 6:15. Okay. So I was putting this fishing report together last night. We've got a good report. Hope I have enough time to get to it. One of the things I didn't really get to talk to Carabel, so I honestly don't know what's going on there. Apalachicola Bay, talked to Blair Wednesday. It's still muddy. Apalachicola Bay, we've had all this rainwater come down, and bottom line, it's still muddy. But now he reports the breaking news from down there, they're catching some Spanish mackerel. They just started catching Spanish a couple of days ago. Now, these are the scouts I'm telling you about, but they're coming out. They caught some out there off Mexico Beach and caught some off the Cape. But they're all catching some Spanish through this area right here. Now, we'll talk about this area a lot through Indian Pass. It's still going to be muddy coming through here. They have started doing some surf fishing down at the right in this area right in here. They have started catching some whiting. Few pompano been caught down at St. Joe State Park. Just a few. Now, it's nothing. I'm going to go over there and fill up your ice chest. But there have been a few pompano caught here. The best fishing down in the St. Joe area has been the canal. They've really caught some nice sheephead up here in the canal right through here that connects here, and also caught some drum back up here between White City and the canal right there. So I'm looking right here. Also caught some flounder. Also caught some flounder here in that area. Also going into the mouth of the canal. Freshwater fishing should be really good this weekend. If you can get your small boat back up into the sloughs and all, it should be good. It's going to be warming up a little bit, and that should be good, doing good right there. Now let's go on down here to Panama City. Last weekend had this redfish tournament, Emerald Coast Redfish. I think they had 20 boats in it, and 5 boats brought in fish to be weighed. I mean, they caught fish, but only 5 boats brought them in to be weighed. So it was last weekend redfish were scattered, but I had, now, interesting enough, 2 of my students, and you saw the picture, Stock Camp Kid and David Bender, they went fishing, what they call dock fishing, and they caught 12 nice redfish. But they stayed with it, and they were using live shrimp, and they were just catching them for the fun of it, and they had some live shrimp. So that was, the redfish were using plugs, but these guys caught 12 and that's the lesson in itself. You're going to always catch more live fish. Sometimes it may not be much challenge. If you got somebody out there just wanting to catch fish, it's hard to beat live shrimp. But the areas, I'll tell you where they fish. They fish these docks. I'll point it out to you, okay? They fish some docks up in here, and then they ran all the way down into here and fished this area up in here. And also they came back and fished some docks on that side right over here, that area right there off the old landmark area. That's a good place right in there for redfish. Okay. Now, also one of the top places, sheephead. Sheephead has just been steady. That's our go-to fish for the winter. Every week I get good reports on sheephead, and again, the good sheephead fishing has been right up in here at right here going into West Bay, up under the West Bay Bridge. There's been some really good sheephead caught on up here into the Intercoastal Waterway Canal, but that's one of the hot spots up under that West Bay Bridge. Week in and week out. There's some deep holes up in there, good place to fish. And also now remember, the Steam Plant Canal is open, and some folks are starting fishing there. Actually, some guides are actually taking some of their customers in there. Now, I did get a report from Choctawhatchee Bay this week, and we'll talk about basically what was going on over there. Freshwater, they're catching some crappie over there in the freshwater areas. And of course, it's high now, but they're using right in before it started rising, they were catching some really good. And in the bay, they're catching some redfish, but they're on the small side, small redfish, and also catching some. Actually says here they're catching some sheephead over there by the bridge. So sheephead in both bay systems, and they're doing a little bit of surf fishing, caught a few pompano and some whiting over there. Okay. I've run out of time. I got it all in. Always check our website. Go to our famous fishing report on Panhandle Outdoors website, okay? And you can get the fishing times for all this weekend and all next week. Folks, thank you all so much for watching the show this week, and you have a great weekend, and sometime today you do something good for your fellow man, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.